What's good, everyone? Santorio Hector, stock market savage, Cleveland, Ohio record producer, self-taught investor. I'm here trading the market. You know, like all investors, all traders, for opportunity, being still but not being still. The new millennium market, the most volatile market, the most technical savvy, technical savvy market that has ever existed. The most informative market that's ever existed due to the advent of social media, live podcasting, and streaming, and the ability for information to be spread globally in minutes, seconds. These things create uh, volatility in the market, oftentimes due to people reacting and responding before validated information. Sophie Vibes, what's up, Sophie? Sophie, how can I forget my number one supporter? You come in the broadcast, you like, you subscribe, and you always support. I appreciate you so much. Send me a message with your cash app. Send me a message or DM my IG with your cash app. Go to my IG and follow my IG and put Sophie Vibes. Oh, you in high school? Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. I was gonna send you something for showing your support always, being supportive of the channel. You should start investing in stocks early. In my opinion, you should tell your mom and your dad to buy shares of Netflix. $96 a share. Netflix. You work a job, tell your mom you want to buy shares of Netflix. Netflix is going to be really, really big. They're going to, their share price eventually will grow to be what it was at the time of the 10-for-1 split. They just did a 10-for-1 split. It was $1,300 a share. In 2014 or something like that, 2015, it was $7 a share. So, you know, Netflix, in my opinion, you know, I'm me personally, I'm buying Netflix. I don't, like I say, I don't give investment advice. I just give opinion and commentary on my thoughts about stocks in the market, what I'm personally buying, what I like to buy, what in my opinion could be profitable, what stocks in my opinion as an investor I feel like that I would want to hold long term positions in. Um, I never really complain about life because I'm alive, and some people don't make it through the day. So I'm blessed with every day. Every day is a blessing. Some days the struggle is some days it's a struggle. Some days it's a blessing. Just every day is a blessing that you're alive. But I'm saying some days you have difficulties throughout the day, challenges, and some days you have no challenges. Some days are just you blessed to flow through the day, and everything goes well. But such is the process of life. I mean, if you don't have one, I don't want you to just create one. Your parents might not want you to be on social media. It's really corrupt. You know, you know, I don't want you to do that just to follow me. That's kind of selfish. I wouldn't want you to expose yourself to to the to the corruption on Instagram and the perversion. I utilize social media because I produce music and I'm trying to monetize my brand. If I didn't have to be on there, or if I probably had a wife or a girlfriend, I probably would be on social media less. For real, for real. Cause I'd be spending more time with my lady and trading and still doing what I do, but probably less visible. And as soon as I get to a place where I have one of my artists that I collaborate with, or I sign an artist to my label and my music publishing company that's really gonna step up and really want to be that artist that really wants to put in the work and you know can focus on that, then I'll be able to focus on that artist, and I have the connections in place to put that artist in a place where they have global visibility to be able to be seen and recognized by the world. I make music to eventually make money off the music and monetize the music. What I need you to do is tell everybody in your school to listen to my records, Santorio Hector. That's what I need you to do. Tell everybody in your school to listen to my music on Apple, on Spotify. If you I if you help promote the music, that would go a long way. That would go a long way. Tell everybody to listen to my records. Santorio Hector. Tell everybody to check out my records and the albums on Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, the videos on Vivo, on Amazon Music Videos, on YouTube, and just tell everybody to support Santorio Hector. And tell them to go check out my records. And if you could do that for me, Sophie, that would go a really, really long way. You know, the more people that tap into the music, then the more money that the music will generate, the more income. And the more income that the music generates, the more that I could do as far as promoting, advertising, getting the music to people around the world. Um, Cause we really saying something different in our music. We in the artists that I collaborate with, they not pushing this murder music, and because we need to change society. We need to make the streets of America safe to be able to walk around in and move around in with American families. American families should be able to be safe and be able to move around American streets without being molested. If you remember, go, how can you forget? Go into your Apple or your Spotify right now and just add Santorio Hector. Write it down. Santorio Hector. Santorio Hector. Santorio Hector. Go on your YouTube or your Spotify or your Apple Music and just add it right now. Go on your Pandora, wherever you listen to your music. YouTube Red, Audio Mac, and just add Santorio Hector, and then you won't forget. Everybody else that's in the live, if you listen to hip hop music, go to your Apple, your Spotify, your Amazon, and type in Santorio space Hector. Santorio Hector. Santorio Hector. And check out the records. I grew up one street over from Busy Bone, the light-skinned member of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I used to date his sister when we were younger. I'm from the same neighborhood where Busy Bone and Wishbone used to be on 93rd all the time on Adams. Wishbone is cool with my cousin Abdul. Milan. They real cool. Shout out Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I mean? Santorio Hector. Check out my records. Check out my records on all platforms, on YouTube, videos on YouTube.
On fire like an ace, no game. Hustling like these boys bang. Couple of these boys couldn't even do it better. Back to the back, anywhere, forever. In the trap, on the corner, pockets like I read. We getting money in the city, to the street. We to the street, will take your life if you slip. Blood, eyes wide open, get your money gone, run it up. No repentance, we never pay to the dues. Never ever do these dudes, always run it up. If I ever, if the homies catch you slipping, they gon' eat food. Still feel fighting like a dog do. Blood money, flip the tracks, flip the packs. When you tell trips like BMS, money, get the money, there's none left, That's what we get, but we done done that. We took a bunch of player haters, better fall back. Pop all that, we want all the slow. You ain't even know, this is what we do,
Tell everybody go check out the videos, the music videos, and the records on all music platforms. Santorio Hector, Cleveland record producer, stock market savage. No, I do. No, I do. How I do. How I do. I got paperwork all over the place. It's me when I was young, right there in the corner. Being homeless. It's a young Hector. You know what I'm talking about, in my 30s or something like that. You dig? Tell everybody to check the records out on Apple Music, YouTube, Santorio Hector. What a stock market. Let's see what's going on in the market, because it's like the market is just standing still. And I need to know So therefore, I'm thinking like, let's go to some CNBC market news and see what is happening. My go-to when I need to know what is going on in the market. Really.
Against him. Armani Payne was there and tells us how far back these accusations go.
Investigators say Councilmember Dixon's alleged inappropriate sexual conduct with young boys began back in the 90s, with detectives saying recent victims have expressed concern and fear that Dixon may one day be mayor. Whitehall Police Chief Mike Crispin says it was an online tip that initially put Dixon on their radar back in late 2020, early 2021. The multi-state investigation covered Ohio, Michigan, and even parts of New York, with the FBI and BCI assisting. Authorities claim in one instance, Dixon paid a cognitively impaired child for sexually explicit acts. So far, 8 victims have been identified, with more expected.
Oh, I don't like hearing that. Oh, he done.
It's not just AI, it's actually business equipment, transportation, industrial equipment. I mean, you're getting broad-based gains in spending. AI is part of it. A lot of the AI, too, is business to business, which is technically not part of GDP. Look, rates are high based on the Fed's own calculation. If you look at what monetary policymakers thought when they came into this year or early in the year when tariffs were in place, we're running under 2% on goods prices. The inflation we've got is in services. Those prices will come down because we're seeing rents drop precipitously. I think that a large part is due to the border being sealed, a lot of housing supply effectively coming back online. So the inflation outlook to me is great. And my pushback to the street would be, look, the yield curve is still very flat. That's not a sign of inflation. Inflation expectations are very well anchored. And if we have this Trumpian CapEx boom, historically it's been very disinflationary.
Market about to go up, baby. You hear what he talking about? Sullivan, the Irishman, baby.
Everybody pretty much that we talked to talked about the two I's.
Market alert,
And
baby.
inflation. They kind of go together, to your point. Okay, some would argue that the immigration policy might raise inflation because there are simply fewer workers available for certain jobs. You can address that. But also talk about inflation. You know, the president has talked about affordability. Inflation spiked during COVID in large part because you had to pay workers more to come back to work. People aren't going to take lower salaries. That would imply to me, Joe, and probably Kelly, and even yourself, I guess, that is a stickiness of which I don't know what policy could lower.
Well, here's the thing. You know, you mentioned the eyes. Secretary Besson mentioned the eyes, and let's add investment, because investment spending has been very strong. We're at a
NASDAQ is up, baby.
In terms of CapEx for the first part of the year. That will increase this economy's supply side
Bitcoin
potential.
on its way up.
And as it relates to things like affordability, which really is not the best word, if
The
you look
Dow
at
is down.
the
That's
families
what's pulling
tax cut,
shit.
otherwise known as the One Big Beautiful Bill,
What the
it will
S&P is
essentially
up.
raise wages through the
Dude,
capital
the Dow
investment,
about
through
pop
the
up.
structures in the building. 100% expensing for factories. I don't think people realize.
Oh,
this.
look at the NASDAQ
The
go.
depreciation on that is almost 40 years. You're going to have to depreciate a factory, or you'll be able to in the year that you do it, and it expires in 28. So that'll create high-paying jobs. In building those factories.
So that's what's going on in the market. The market is fine. The market is fine. Read between the lines. Santorio Hector, Cleveland record producer, self-taught investor. Download the albums on all music platforms. Learn to invest. The earlier you learn to invest, from the time you get your first after-school job, your first part-time job as a teenager, your first job as an adult, put some money aside from every paycheck, buy stocks at a low price, sell them at a high price, hold for 5 to 10 years, invest and put money away for your retirement, put money where that money can work for you and change your life, and learn about financial literacy. You know what I mean? Every American, in my opinion, should be an investor in global markets.
President Trump's first term, then you'd expect yields to rise.